hard to believe I was dead. Right.
Let me know if you need a prompt.
What happened that first prompt?
That was the first time.
Okay. It's hard to believe I was dead. That was the first time she actually looked at me with those blazing eyes of hers. But it certainly couldn't be the last.
And the meaning?
As the meaning of the word was spoken, all I could do was stare, stunned. All ties remained dead.
I met the girl.
I met that girl. Blazing hair, burning eyes.
Overcome the people next door. That's not all.
And that's not all. I gave the person who was only just a flame haze a name. Sean. A small gesture, but it's the only thing I could do before I disappeared. Forever. Why did it have to happen to me? Why are there certain things that are just coincidence? Why?
Right now? Or is that the end? Like, I don't know how this is going on. Monologue, so I'll call it. All right, cool.
I feel as if I'm a torch.
Relax. Okay. You get your stuff back now. Cool. Oh my god. And great. Okay. I thought you said you're going to do this with them or just going in order? All right. Cool. Relax a little bit. This is his internal monologue, but because it's narration, assume that who you're talking to doesn't know anything that's going on.
Okay.
Hit a couple words, things like torch, flame haze, Shauna. This is going to be the first time the audience has heard any of them, so give them a little more emphasis. Start out more confused.
Okay. It's hard to believe I was already dead. That was the first time she really looked at me with those blazing eyes of hers. And it certainly wouldn't be the last. As the meaning of the word took me, all I could do was stand there, stunned. The day the world came undone, I met that girl with flames. And that's not all. Who knew a simple encounter changed my life forever? All the ties would remain undone. I gave that girl who was only a flame haze the name Sean. A small gesture, but I wanted to do something before I eventually disappeared forever. But why did it have to happen? Is there ever such a thing as a coincidence? Right now, I feel like a torch. It's about to burn out. Nobody noticed that I just disappeared. Not one single person would remember that I was in here. And that bothers me. More than knowing that I was going to vanish forever.
I'm actually Christopher. I'm going to be reading a monologue entitled Soul Broker. It's from something called the Lunatics Collection, which is basically a collection of monologues based off of conversations that doctors have had with people in the insane asylums. Good afternoon, sir. If I may introduce myself, hi, sir, Lilith Blotcher. And I'm a soul broker. Dubious, rightly so. Well, let me explain. I manage souls. If you have a moral dilemma, I'll take care of it. Need something to be a little easier, for your life to be just a little bit better, or maybe even a whole lot better. I can do that too. Your soul, sir, is a very valuable commodity. Many people don't realize just how valuable it is, and many people are willing to sell it for well below market value. Why? Because they don't trust such a valuable commodity to a professional. And I surrender my professional. Let me ask you this, sir. How much money did your soul make for you this last year? sir, am prepared to make you the best deal on your soul, whether this be timeshare, lease with option to buy, or an array of both short and long-term arrangements. I am determined to find what works best for you, to make you the best deal on your soul. I know this may still be dubious, but you may rest assured that we are fully licensed and bonded. Still, to show you, sir, that I'm not trying to pressure you into a decision you don't want to make, or would regret later, or a choice that would not be right for you, I will not let you make a decision today. No, sir, you heard me right! I will not allow you to decide without thoroughly considering your own decisions. For after all, this very well may be one of the most important decisions you could ever make. Therefore, I'm going to leave you with my card. And sir, if the temptation overcomes you to find out just exactly what your soul is worth, just pick up the phone and give me a call. You will be under no obligation to buy.
Thank you.
I'll introduce Jeremy here. Alright? It's a very interesting report. I really like it. It's very cool.
Just now dawning out, something like that. So.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Silly. Alright, so what I want you to do for this one, I want you to slow it down just a smidge in places, which is okay, because we're going to give you some extra time. Don't worry about the time frame. I want you to play a little bit older. Can you do that? A little bit older, not like old person.
Old person!
But play a bit older. And there are a lot of spots where, since I believe he's trying to sell something, so over-dramatize it a little bit, because it's this guy that's like, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, so I'm trying to sell this to you. And also, play with the repetitive words for the selling, and try to do it, if you can, say it differently each time. Give a little bit of it, so something, because it is repeating. So, let's see.
Good afternoon, sir. If I may introduce myself, I, sir, am Lilith Blotcher, and I, sir, am a soul broker. You look dubious, and rightly so. Let me explain. I manage souls. If you have a moral dilemma, I'll take care of it. Need something to be a whole lot better? Oh, sorry. Need something to be a little easier, or your luck to be just a little bit better? Or even a whole lot better? I can do that, too. Your soul, sir, is a valuable commodity. Many people don't realize just how valuable it is. And many people are willing to sell it for well below market value. Why? Because they didn't trust such a valuable commodity to a professional. And I, sir, am half professional. Let me ask you this, sir. How much money did your soul make you last year? Oh, just what I thought. Nothing. And you, sir, are no different than the vast majority of people living in the world. But, sir, I will tell you this. You can work for your soul, or your soul can work for you. I, sir, am prepared to make you the best deal on your soul, whether that be timeshare, lease with option to buy, rental, or an array of both short and long-term options. I am determined to find what works best for you, to make you the best deal on your soul. I know you may still be dubious, but you may rest assured that we are fully licensed and bonded. Still, to show you, sir, that I am not trying to pressure you into a decision that you don't want to make, or will regret later. I will not let you make a decision today. No, sir, you heard me right! I will not allow you to decide without thoroughly considering your own decisions. After all, this very well may be one of the most important decisions you will ever make. Therefore, I'm just going to leave you with my card. And sir, if the temptation overcomes you to find out just exactly what your soul is worth, just pick up the phone and give me a call. You will be under no obligation to buy.
My name is Jerry J. Lee. I am going to do a monologue from Garen Zabi from Mobile Suit Gundam, Episode 12, The Threat of Xeon. We have lost a hero to our glorious and noble cause. But does this foreshadow our defeat? No. It is a new beginning. Compared to the Earth Federation, the national resources of Xeon are less than 1/30th of theirs. Despite this major difference, how is it that we've been able to fight the Federation for so long? It's because our goal in this war is a righteous one. It's been over 50 years since the elite of Earth, consumed by greed, took control of the Earth Federation. We want our freedom. Never forget when the Earth Federation has trampled us. We, the Principality of Epsilon, have had a long and arduous struggle to achieve freedom for all citizens of our great nation. Our fight is sacred, our cause divine. My beloved brother Garmasabi was sacrificed. Why? The war is at a stalemate. Perhaps many of you have become complacent. The Earth Federation has polluted our most cherished planet for merely the sake of their own greed. We must send them a message, but not compose divorce. We've wasted too much time with words. We need action now. The Earth Federation must pay dearly for their evil corruption. This is only the beginning of our war. We have been putting more and more resources into our efforts towards making our military stronger than ever. The Earth Federation has done the same. Many of your fathers and brothers have perished valiantly in the face of a contemptible enemy. We must never forget what the Federation has done to our people. My brother Garmasabi has shown us these virtues through his own valiant sacrifice. By focusing our anger so we are finally in a position where victory is within our grasp, and once again our most cherished nation will flourish. Victory is the greatest tribute we can pay those who have sacrificed their lives for us. Rise, our people, rise! Take your sorrow and turn it into anger! Xeon thirsts for the strength of his people! Sing Xeon!
I just want just a couple notes. You have a good voice for this. I just want you to slow down a bit. Some lines were rushed, and we kind of didn't get the chance to get the full emotion we could have gotten out of the lines. So I think slowing down might just help you there. Yeah. So don't be afraid to take your time with any lines. It's not a race. You really don't have to finish in any certain amount of time, so you can really drag those out and get some full emotion on those. There are a couple motifs in this script. We want our freedom. We need action now, and those are lines that are repeated. And one thing I want you to try to do with those is give a little more emphasis on them. But be careful not to make them read the same way, because they are repeated lines, and when you have repeated lines or repeated motifs like that, you do still want to make them individual. So just, yeah, just a couple of things like that. See how it goes.
Do I have to slide it here?
No, just go ahead, whenever you're ready.
We have lost a hero to our glorious and noble cause. But does this foreshadow our defeat? No. It is a new beginning. Compared to Earth Federation, the national resources of Xeon is less than 1/30 of theirs. Despite this major difference, how is it that we've been able to fight the Federation for so long? It is because our goal in this war is a righteous one. It's been over 50 years since the elite of Earth consumed by who took control of the Earth Federation. We want our freedom. Never forget the times when the Federation has trampled us. We, the Principality of Epsilon, have had a long and arduous struggle to achieve freedom for all citizens of our great nation. Our fight is sacred, our cause divine. My beloved brother Garmasabi was sacrificed. Why? The war is at a stalemate. Perhaps many of you have become complacent. The Earth Federation has polluted our most cherished planet for merely their sake, for merely their own greed. We must send them a message, but not compose with words. We have wasted too much time with words. We need action now. The Earthside elite must be taught a strong lesson for their evil corruption. This is only the beginning of our war. We have been putting more and more resources into our efforts towards making our military stronger than ever. The Federation has done the same. Many of your fathers and brothers have perished valiantly in the face of a contemptible enemy. We must never forget what the Federation has done to our people. My brother Garmasabi has shown us these virtues to his own valiant sacrifice. By focusing our anger and sorrow, we are finally in a position where victory is within our grasp. And once again, our most cherished nation will flourish. Victory is the greatest tribute we can pay those who have sacrificed their lives for us. Rise, our people. Rise. Take your sorrow and turn it into anger. Xeon thirsts for the strength of his people. Sing Xeon!
me to help their wheat to ripen well. The promise made I have kept ever since. However, a rich harvest places strain upon the land. I had to allow it to rest from time to time. The villagers call me impulsive. They believed I had broken my vow. Now it appears no one needs me any longer. And even when they still had me, whenever anyone saw me, they trembled with fear and ran as far as they could. So I was alone. I never wished for that. I never meant to frighten you either.
Thank you. Cool. This is one thing that a lot of people do as soon as they see a script. They think a period means stop and wait for a while. And it actually means stop and wait slightly longer than you normally would. In other words, periods, you can just barrel right through them. Obviously, don't speed up. Your pacing's fantastic, but you don't have to leave these gaps between sentences because the way they're designed, people can tell the beginning and the end just because it's written that way. At the end, third part, now it appears no one needs me any longer. I think that she's more bitter because she's given all that she has for them and they never thanked her once. So I like the fact that you got sad near the end, but she's definitely angry because she's a god after all. And so she deserves to be treated like one and they're not treating her that way. So watch your pacing and feel free to make it a little more bitter at the end.
A long time ago, a young man from this village approached me. He asked me to help their wheat to ripen well. The promise made, I have kept ever since. However, a rich harvest places strain upon the land. I had to allow it to rest from time to time. The villagers call me impulsive. They believed I had broken my vow. Now it appears no one needs me any longer. And even when they still had needed me, whenever anyone saw me, they trembled with fear and ran as far as they could. So I was alone. I never wished for that. I never meant to frighten you either.
Thank you.
I believe performing liquid speech to Snake amongst the top of Metal Gear. Yes. From Metal Gear Solid. By Liquid Snake. The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should. It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued, we were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict. New hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand. Thank you.
Okay, so new director. The next one you read, I'd like you to take away that accent you're using.
But the character's British.
Well, we're going to take that. Because you're not black, you're going to be
Just don't argue with the director.
So you're going to
And 1 point.
because I want you to make this performance yours and not whatever the original was. So take away the accent. Can you add a little bit, a slight bit deeper voice? Because you're sounding really almost not, you're kind of young right now. Well, yes, you are. And I'm not 100% what age the character is, but how old is the character? Is it a little older?
Like in his 30s.
Yeah. Right now you're sounding late teens, early 20s. So I wanted to take it a little deeper than that. And there are some really awesome words in this. I want you to play with the words, emphasize certain things, so it's not just one thing. Because it's good. There are some moments where it's one note, so kind of overemphasize things, have fun with it. Play with it. Go.
The restoration of the era when warriors such as us lived as we should. It was his dying wish. When he was young during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back in this world gone soft. Conflict shall breed conflict. New hatreds will arise, and our own biosphere shall steadily expand.
I'm not that familiar with the regular speaking voice, but it sounds kind of like when you perform, you go a little bit lower. Try to just, I don't want to tell you to go higher, but not just as low as you like, if you can. But whatever's more comfortable for you is fine. For the punctuation, I think I brought it up earlier. You don't have to take the punctuation that literally. You can kind of just use it as reference. So I saw you had some kind of like hard stops, like when she's stuttering or something like that. You don't have to take the punctuation that literally. You can be a little more liberal with it. Whatever feels more natural to do. And then on the exclamations, you can express exclamations more than just getting louder. You can just make it more intense. She's going through a lot of emotions in this monologue, so that's great that you picked this monologue. She goes through a lot of different emotions here. when she's getting more angry, when she's getting more sad, when she's describing all of this, rather than increasing volume, try going more inside and doing the underlying emotion rather than the outerlying emotion. And just maybe, that'll probably help you contrast the different emotions more as well. So yeah, I know that's a lot. I'm sorry I gave like so many of those, but just go ahead and use some of that.
You don't think I'm the girl of Anime? This is all a lie! And what's with calling me Princess Kaguya, too? I haven't been her from the start. Because I'm angry, that's why! Because it's freaky! Me saving the world or choosing it or whatever? I've always thought it was weird. No matter how I look at it, it's a total freak fest. I don't give a damn what anyone says. I'm not a princess. I'm just Kagami-san's little sister. And yes, it's true that I'm kind of different from other people. When I asked, Meshi-san wouldn't tell me how I'm supposed to choose one of the worlds. And I highly doubt that even you know how to. I just thought that someday, some power I don't know I have would suddenly appear. I used to dream I was a princess, but so does every other little girl. I know that those things don't happen. I'm my own person. And everyone just kept filling my head with so much garbage, I started to believe it myself. I wasn't brave enough to just be myself.